Okay guys, I am very excited to be here with our CEO. And before I take this, I need all of us to know that I am a new joinee myself. And the only reason why I have this level of confidence and comfort speaking to the CEO of my organization is that there's no other way to say it. This man here, he's the MVP, a great leader, and more importantly, a good man. I have Ankit with me, the CEO of ConsultAdd. And we're here to talk about you, your journey, what do you think about after a tough day at work. Let's just dive into your life. What do you have for us?
First of all, thank you, Shantanu, for having me here.
Yeah.
And that was a very great introduction. Although don't call me like CEO. I am an employee like you, and we are friends. Yeah.
See, that's the energy that I'm talking about. Yes. This is why the entire team works so well. It's because we're being led by a person like Ankit, who's a friend first and a colleague or a worker or a CEO later. So how does it feel? Like let's dive into your journey, because coming into this company, it almost felt like people talk about you like a figure who's been from 0 to 10. Like people talk about you like a legendary figure, kind of. Like Ankit has the highest level of project sizes. He's been here from the start, and now he's the CEO. Let's go into that journey from an early joinee employee to the CEO of the company.
Sure. So journey with ConsultAdd was really amazing. First of all, it was just like a roller coaster, and I still remember the day I got selected. It was a pool campus in Indore.
It was a college placement.
Yeah, it was a pool campus. Like there are 500 students, and the interview went like around 2 a.m. in the morning, and then I got selected. In the college time, I was always wanted to do something in art. I write poetry, I sing, I used to do theaters, but I think life wanted something else from me. So I got a job with ConsultAdd. I came here as a management trainee engineer. I never thought that I'm going to work in IT like 9 to 5. I always had a dream to start my own company and then do something creative. But this is really amazing,
like
honestly.
From creativity to tech.
Yeah. Two different paths, but it was pretty amazing journey. I'll tell you, when I started, as I mentioned, right, I joined as an management trainee engineer. And it's been 10 years I'm with ConsultAdd. And my experience with ConsultAdd, I never got any thought that I have to switch to another company, because I was already getting a lot of exposure here. I did almost like 4 projects within a ConsultAdd. So within 1.5 years, when I was working as a marketing engineer, I got an opportunity to work with our first client, Centene. They are like big healthcare client in St. Louis, Missouri, US. So I worked with them as a Python developer. Then I came back. Then ConsultAdd offered me to work as a Scrum Master. So I got a new opportunity to work as a Scrum Master. Yes, different department. And then I got my second project with Sony Music. It was again as a Python AWS developer. And that project is one of my favorite projects, because that project gave me exposure to actually work the field I always wanted to work, right? Okay. So I worked with a lot of data of musician. Although it's all about tech data.
It kind of it transposes over your interest in
agree, yes.
Field,
But amazing experience with them.
Did you expect? Did you have anything in your mind regarding when you were starting in the company, when you were starting working as a professional? Did you have any idea that this would be the role?
Never. Honestly speaking, I belong to middle class family, right? And I always used to do a good manifestation. I believe in vision board manifestation. I used to do manifestation that I'll attend a 31st like New Year party in Vegas, attending a chain smoker event, and that actually happened. The first trip we had, I went to USA.
Okay. And how does that feel like, going from India to US, working big projects?
Totally a new experience. Although it was too cold, minus 25 in St. Louis, Missouri, but it was an amazing experience. So then after coming back from Sony Music, I moved to another department, another team. And then I got my H1B visa, okay. And honestly speaking. Then I shifted properly to US, and I got the one of the highest paying project, which is like $200 per hour with Amazon. And through Amazon, I worked with JPMC. They are like partner with them, and they need a help in basically moving from on-premises to cloud. And I joined as a lead architect, solution architect. So I was helping them to move their data from, or the whole system from on-premises to cloud. So that was one of the highest paying project in the ConsultAdd which I got.
That's what I've been told. Yeah.
It was so the journey were really amazing, and ConsultAdd throughout supported me like throughout my journey. Honestly speaking, so I'll talk about last year June, right? I had a spine surgery.
Yeah.
So what happened? I worked with Amazon for almost like 8 months, and then Bharat called me. Hey, do you want to work with me as a CEO? I was surprised, honestly speaking.
And all this while you were in America at that
time? Yeah. I was in America, and you won't believe. I was like, it's a very mixed emotion.
Yeah. Yeah, how did that feel? Getting a call from the founder of your company, being asked to be the CEO in a place where you started, right? Being placed from the college and then having that journey, going to America, then getting that call.
Agree. It was like shocking.
It's almost cinematic to me.
Yeah, it's shocking first of all for me, mixed of emotion.
Yeah.
Okay. But then I thought that whatever work I did, okay, let's start as a CEO now. I worked in a tech background. I worked in the marketing. I did recruitment. I did a lot of like tech work in the company. I even handled finances as well.
Yeah.
So that time I realized let's do, because I know this consulting business in and out.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years of journey. So I realized that let's do something new. It's a new journey for me, honestly speaking. But last year when I got this opportunity, I got a spinal attack. So I have a spine surgery.
When you got the call to be the CEO?
Yes, CEO.
Okay.
Everything was finalized. I joined as a CEO. It's been only 2 months. I was learning, understanding as a CEO what you have to do, what you have not to do. So everything like
mantle, yeah.
So it's been 2 months and suddenly I got a spinal attack. Okay, I was on a bed rest for 6 months. I had a spine surgery, but I tell you, ConsultAdd supported me throughout my journey.
How did that feel like? Were
so
you
just
insecure?
Imagine,
yeah.
I was not insecure because I have a belief in ConsultAdd, right? And you won't believe, founder itself, Bharat, right? He came at the day of my surgery. He actually found a doctor for me as well, the surgeon. And he came at the day of surgery from the morning 5 a.m. He was with me whole day, cancelling all his meeting. So just imagine, as a founder, he's supporting you, right?
Yeah. Did you get emotional?
Yes, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
I can't cry in front of him, but I got emotional. Also, I got many good friends in ConsultAdd. So I was very lucky because I got many friends, and one of the friends like Ayushi, Manthan, Anurag, Nandani, Rahul, they all are from ConsultAdd, and they are the one who took care of me throughout those 6 months.
And all this happened while you were again in America?
Yes, in America alone.
So you had that ConsultAdd support for you?
Yes. So that's what I'm telling you. Like, I got a growth, success, okay, and then good friends,
community,
family, community, right?
Right.
And founder itself helping you. So just imagine how he take care of their employees, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So that's something I really liked about ConsultAdd, the culture I got here, right? We are into a flat culture. Now also, like, I got a goosebumps right now, honestly speaking, because that 6 month.
Yeah, must have been a terrible time for you.
Very terrible.
What was your mind space like? Did you think that it's over for me? How do I go from here? Where do I go from here? What is my next step? What was your mental?
One thing I realized, health is really important, guys. You have to always make sure that you have to take care of your health. I know that you can do study, you can learn things, you can earn money, right? But the one thing you cannot earn is a health, right?
Absolutely.
So I request all of you, please focus on that. I still remember when I was lying down on bed and I was thinking that it's over for me. Am I able to walk or not?
Yeah.
So take care of your health is really important. And taking care of your health is really important. I just want to say everybody that I never focused on my health. It was like I was overweight and I used to drink a lot, and it was really bad for me. And when I came to a certain position, I realized that when I was lying down on bed, and I was realized that, bro, you should do something.
Yeah.
Eat healthy. That's really important. Walk for 30 minutes. It's really important. I'm like again trying, because it's been 6 months. I was on a bed rest, and now I can't do gym.
Yeah.
I can't lift too much weight, but soon I'll again come on shape. But that 6 months were like terrible for me, but I came out, and it's all because of ConsultAdd. Honestly speaking, I'm not like doing any brand promotion or telling them. It's a true story about me. So I feel it's really amazed me that I'll got a people like Bharat, the name I spoke, right, Manthan Ayushi.
Yeah.
It was really, really amazing experience.
So again, like, you go through this life-changing injury, you spend 6 months recovering, battling those inner demons, and then you go into that phase where you're regaining your health, and now you're ready to get back to the mantle as CEO of the company. How does that feel like? What was your first day walking back into the office?
Totally different. I was not ready, honestly. I was feeling anxious. I was so scared, because imagine like going through all of this, right? And joining back again in CEO. I have like certain fear that I might like fail again. What if I fail again?
Yeah.
But then I realized I like got a good holiday of 6 months. let's start.
That's another way to go about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just for 1 or 2 days, I was like, what should I do? What different something I can do as a CEO? But then I realized, chill. First of all, chill. Okay. I stood up in front of a mirror, and I told myself, buddy,
Chill.
You got a good holiday of 6 months.
Yeah.
Let's rock again. So
That's such is life. That's
and it's
how you
like
go
family
about
for
life.
me, buddy.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
I can speak anything in front of them. I
Yeah.
can behave. So in ConsultAdd, right, it's a flat culture, right?
completely flat
We all
culture,
are young. We have friends. There is no perks as a CEO, honestly speaking.
Honestly, I must say this. I have worked with a lot of executives. I used to work in films. I've worked with a lot of working professionals. They're in the game. They've been in the business for a long time. And it can be so difficult to deal with them. And then I've been with you. I've spent time. I sometimes I feel like maybe I am more difficult to manage than you are. You need nothing. You're like a one-man show. You need nothing. You'll carry your water bottle. You have your things sorted. You don't need anybody to do anything for you. How do you manage that?
So for me, I'll tell you, I don't believe in like any special treatment, whatever position you are, and it's my suggestion to you as well. If you like go somewhere else, or if you continue working here, you're getting in a good position. For me, it's just a title. We all are employee, we all are team, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to grow, you can grow as a team. You can't grow alone. So if you want to like, if you want to do something good in your life, as a company, if you want to grow, be that employee, right? Be a part of those employees. You can't like say ki, I'm CEO, I can't do anything, or
That's not my job.
Yeah, give me box. Okay. So it's something that I believe you have to be part of employee. Okay. Sit with them, talk with them.
Be with
I don't
them.
need like
Yeah.
a special cabin or anything else.
Also,
right?
guys, we have dinners regularly.
Yeah.
Daily, we eat together. So that's another thing. Yeah, coming back to your creative background, how does that fit into all of this? A guy who, like you are, I think you're trained in the arts. You used to do theater.
Yes.
And then from theater to tech, and then from just a college fresher graduate being placed into a company, becoming the CEO. Where, like, do you make time for the arts? Is that still a thing in your life?
It's difficult nowadays, but that's something I do when I get a free time. I still write poetry.
Yeah.
I have like 80 nationals in Hindi poetry. I used to do, if you belong to India, it's called Akhil Bharatiya Kavi Sammelan, right?
Okay.
Where like many poets comes and they do poetry.
Do you have a YouTube, Instagram, something?
No,
like
I wanted to start.
If you have it, here's the time to plug it here.
No, I'll start soon. But I really love like art. I love music. I always listen to Hindi Bollywood music where we have a ghazals and old music. I really love. I used to do theater. I am a trained theater artist.
Does that help in corporate?
So, belonging to that background, okay, give you creativity.
Yeah.
You think a little different from the world, right? So if you're writing poetry is something that you're writing totally different, creating something new, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Rhymings. So that's something you have to bring in your work. So I still feel that when I work and I'm stuck with something, I think like I'm doing some poetry. I have to create something new. That's something I always go with. And I am a man with no plans, honestly speaking.
Can you elaborate on that? What does that mean? Because when I sit in meetings with you, you have plan on plan.
So not in terms of like, definitely you have to do something. Like if you wanted to launch something, you have to plan. If you wanted to execute something, you have to plan, right?
Yeah.
You have to do a blueprint. But in life general, right?
Yeah.
Going
with the flow.
Going with the flow.
Going with the flow, yeah. I think that is something we all must learn.
Yes.
Going with the flow. Speaking of going with the flow and also speaking about creating something new, what are your thoughts about AI? I read a post that you posted on LinkedIn regarding how you used to find it scary and now you're inviting it into your life. What's your takeaway on AI?
So honestly speaking, AI is stupid for me. So when I heard about AI, right, I have a thought in my mind that it will gonna like take so many jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, it will gonna take human creativity. Okay, and like nowadays people are going, if they wanted to type something, they'll search on ChatGPT.
I think we become lazy.
Yeah, becoming lazy, right? You're not thinking.
Yeah.
So I have that fear in my mind that so that's why I called AI stupid.
From an employee's point of view or a personal point of view?
It's a personal point of view. I don't like everyone have their own opinion, but there's something I used to think. But when I started learning about AI, I created my own custom GPT. Okay, like how to make a good resume. I started with that simple thing.
Yeah.
I struggled a lot by learning like how to make that custom GPT, how to like integrate APIs with it, how we can like customize it more and more. So then I thought, no, it's not like something bad. Okay, so every new technology have their pros and cons.
And where does it end? Do you think that we are setting ourselves up for another Terminator Judgment Day?
No, I'll tell you, AI will going to create more jobs.
Yeah,
that's my feeling. We are thinking that it's going to take jobs. No, it will going to create more and more jobs. Which I'm thinking, because AI is not only, I'm telling you, people think that you will type and you'll get the data. No, if you are working on something new, if you are creating something new, and if you're using AI with it, you have to put your creativity, your mind in it.
Yeah.
So
I think the first model of ChatGPT came about 2.5 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was like a very rudimentary model which we used for our college assignments. Cut to now, just in 2 years now, most of the half of the planet is run by AI. Where do you think this will end, and where do you think we're going with it?
So honestly, I don't have any idea, okay, where it's going to end, because there's something I'm still learning. So I can't comment on that. But one thing I'm sure that I'm going to create something in AI with AI. That's my plan now.
Yeah.
So from being AI, like telling AI is a stupid, to started using and adopting it. Yes.
Yeah. So when you're dealing with young professionals, now that you have went from being guided to learning to being in a leadership position, do you see yourself in them?
Definitely yes.
How does that pan out?
So I'll tell you, I have like one principle in life, which is like kindness and humbleness. Always kind and humble to people. I'm telling you, people always ask me why you are so kind, why you are so humble. First of all, being humble and kind is really important. Whatever position you are on, it's very important. Second thing for me is really important is respecting your parents. That's the second principle I have in my life. And third is I never felt like as like I am a leader. I still feel that I am an employee. Okay, I always believe in giving ownership to employees, to you, those young people, because they are like more creative.
Yeah,
they are more smarter than me. If I take all the ownership, behave like a leader, I can't grow. So for me as a leader, it's really important to give them ownership. They should take accountability, right?
Yeah.
So,
Also, in this flat culture that we have in our organization, how do you balance authority with people being completely open, extraordinarily candid? How do you maintain that balance?
so as I mentioned that we are into a flat culture, right? And for me, I'm a very chill guy, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
Hashtag
chill guy, guys.
Yeah, hashtag chill guys. So I'm very chill. I don't believe in putting some rules. If you put rules on a brain, right, it will slowly stop working, right? Ask them to create. Give them ownership, which is speaking, right? So always make sure that they are creating something new. Push them to create. Not like I have my mind, I'm working in this company from past 10 years, right? I have my own process, a workflow that this thing you can do like this, or maybe if you create this LinkedIn, you will go like that, you can do a sales like this. No, let them create. So I always wanted to give platform to all of my employees that they can work, right? And sorry, I'm using this employee, they are my colleague.
Yeah.
So that's the funda.
So speaking of workflows, you've been on multiple projects, different companies, Amazon, JPMC. Do you still go back to those days when you have to make decisions, when you have to make big calculations about where this project is going? Do you tap into those days?
So honestly speaking, every project I did, right, it was a new learning for me. So take example, if I start with Centene, I was working with a healthcare client, right? We are building something different. Then I moved to Sony Music, which is like totally a different environment. So I'll tell you one story.
Sony Music must have been a ball.
Yes, so I'll tell you, Sony Music, when I joined them, they are really amazing, very cool company. When you enter, people are coming in shorts and like big screens. Many singers are coming to record music.
Like a cool place.
Cool place. And it was near to Medicine Garden, okay? So it's the same building, have a two partition. So one partition have a Sony Music office and one partition is Credit Suisse. Okay, so two different worlds.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you enter in a Sony Music, okay, it was it will give you a very chill vibe. People are singers are coming for recordings, editing is happening on the top floor. Very, very cool vibe. And just when you take 50 steps towards the Credit Suisse, totally different. People are very sophisticated, coming in proper tie and all,
suited up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's something where two different world. So when I was working with Sony Music and when I moved to AWS and I started working through AWS for JPMC, different world, honestly speaking.
And how do you adjust to that?
I always focus on work, right? Whatever I'm getting. So it's all about I never go with what is the environment there, right? I always believe in doing my work with the loyalty. It's not important to work doing all the hard work. It's a mix of hard work, smart work, but be loyal to your work. Whatever you are doing, do it with loyalty. Yes, it's all about not energy. It's be loyal to your work, whatever you're doing. So you have to be loyal to your work. That's something I always believe. But if you ask me, the best project and where I got the best learning is or was with Amazon and Sony Music, because Sony Music is actually creating an application for artists, right? So we are collecting the data from multiple resources, all the social media platform, Deezer, Spotify, Apple Music, Google, Facebook, and we are providing the data to our marketing team, sales team, and the artist managers. So I can't reveal the whole application, but it is something that one of the best project where I got first time I got into cloud and everything. And I understood how cloud is something that's going to change the world, right? And cloud combination with AI.
So that's where you started working or got familiar with cloud?
Yes, with Sony Music.
And then you transitioned to...
Yes, and then I'll tell you with Amazon, JPMC, it was totally different project. It was for their payment and transaction department. And banks, working with them are really difficult because they all are on legacy, okay?
Okay, yeah.
They all are using on-premise system. And when you wanted to build something, you have to be very, what you can say, you have to be very cautious about security, right?
It's sensitive data.
Yeah, it's very sensitive data. So always keep in mind when you are working with a bank, keep that security funda. If you're working as an architect, if you wanted to build something, I know that you have to focus on those 5 pillars of well architecture, but that security is the main part or main pillar, I would say. But yeah, it was an amazing project. We moved their whole on-premises database to cloud, AWS. I did the whole architecture there. Amazing journey.
And how do you use all the experience? Do they help you in being a leader?
Definitely. So as I mentioned, right, I'll give you example with Sony Music, right? The culture we have here, right? So my manager in Sony Music was very chill guy. He used to play music while we are working. He used to dance.
Oh, we are not allowed to play music here.
But honestly, he was like a very chill guy. I really enjoyed working with. So one thing I learned from him is that the loyalty part, which I mentioned, right? He always like very loyal to his work, but he was like always like he never behaved like a manager. He always behaved like he is a part of like our team. He's like our friend. So that's something I learned. And when I was working with JPMC, that tech part where like I got into the picture, where cloud architecture, building and everything, and also in the ConsultAdd we are doing all those stuffs, right? We are IT consulting where we help people with tech stacks as well. So that's something we are helping me here.
So coming to money, we've got to come to money.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a motivation? Was that ever a motivation?
Definitely yes. Yeah. So in my college days, I started my first company.
In college?
It's an event management company. We used to throw parties, and I started earning at that time. I used to work as a broker, so selling homes.
That's great.
Yeah,
okay.
Finding place for students, my classmates. So I used to do like the broker job. Then I was
like a hustler kind of a thing.
Hustler.
Yeah.
I did like a lot of things in terms of like doing jugaads, where I was actually working as a broker. I was started my own event firm where we used to do parties. Then we are throwing gigs, earning money through that by selling passes. So that's something I did, right? So that money was always in my mind, right? But slowly when I like went USA, I did projects. Then now I realize that money is important, but more than money, knowledge is something really important.
Would you say that you don't work for money anymore?
A very tough question, honestly speaking. Money is important.
For life, sure.
For life, right?
Yeah.
But nowadays I believe in creating something new, or I believe in building trust with my partners, building trust between my employees, and like growing together. That's something my goal.
Yeah. Hey, again, as a leader, how do you feel when somebody who's been working with you comes to you, they tell you, hey, I got married, and hey, I purchased my first house, like I got my first apartment of a month ago. How does that feel? Like they've been in the company for 5 years, they come to you, they say, hey Ankit.
I feel very happy, honestly, by seeing their success. And they, as I mentioned, they all are my friends, right? So I'm always happy if they're getting married, if they're buying their new car. So I don't have a car, okay? I still travel with...
You're not a car person?
No.
Okay.
So I travel with Path.
You're a sneaker person?
I'm a sneakerhead, honestly speaking. I collect Jordans.
I 78 pairs, by the way.
So I'm still collecting, but honestly speaking, I still travel with Path, okay, Subway. I live in New York, so I travel with Subway. I don't have a house. I rented an apartment.
Is there a thought behind that?
No, nothing.
Just being a chill guy.
Being a chill guy, honestly speaking.
Speaking of New York, as a person who's never been there...
So before New York, let me tell you, even I'm not married. So
okay, guys.
all the things, but I'm happy like people around me are getting married, they're buying car, they're buying home. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
We were talking about what? We were talking about New York. How does that feel? Working in New York, how does that feel?
Pretty amazing. I love New York.
The only thing, there are certain things that I know about New York.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, like the $1 slice.
Pizza.
Yeah. Going to...
Girls.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
How does that feel? What's that life like?
So New York always...
And also, where are you from?
I am from Indore, Madhya Pradesh,
From
India.
Indore to New York, how does that feel? What is that life like?
So after Indore, Pune was my first city, okay, where I moved from my home. I was very like mama's boy, but New York was really amazing. It was like dream. Like I used to see Spider-Man and then those movie scenes where I'm like World Trade Center, seeing World Trade Centers on movies and everything. And now when walking on those Wall Street, wearing the same blazer, that's amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Honestly, New York have a different vibe. I have been to many cities in USA, okay, in America, many states, but New York have a different vibe.
No place like New York.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a world's capital, and honestly speaking, people are from different country, different cities are there, and they are like, it's a different vibe. I can't even explain.
I am fighting for my visa. I hope I get it. I'll see you there next year.
Soon.
So regarding the IT consulting industry, what is your vision like for the next 5 years, 10 years? Where do you think we're going as an industry?
Definitely. So, if I talk about IT specific, right? Cloud AI, we spoke about that. That's something, a technology is where we are moving from on-premises to cloud AI. People are inventing something new, innovations are happening, right? It's all changing. But for me as an IT consulting and service, my vision is to build trust with our staffing partners.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. We already had signed 4 new MSA with new staffing partners, and we are growing. And for me, I talk about not like 5 years, but for this year, my goal is to build trust between those staffing partners.
Yeah.
Okay, and we are the bridge between the consultants and those staffing firms, right? Staffing partners who are working with big clients.
Right.
We are the bridge, and that bridge needs to be strong, right? You can walk blindly on that bridge.
Yeah, like in a world that is moving towards complete automation, I think
Yes.
human trust
It's really important.
is non-negotiable, I think.
You can write code, you can copy a code by from ChatGPT, but you cannot copy trust, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to
definitely.
build that trust, okay, and I wanted to build that bridge really strong, that they don't have to worry about it. Take example, in these staffing firms need 10 developers, they don't have to do and
3
go
background checks.
Yeah, 3 background checks,
Yeah.
going with multiple interviews. We are here to help you, right? That's
what
something
we
I
are
wanted
for.
to build.
Yeah, that's what we are for, yeah.
I'll give them a 10x recruitment. I'll make sure that I'll hire tech guys you need, right? I'll create those tech stacks, so you don't have to worry. And that's something, a bridge I wanted to build. I know it's I'm talking about the business,
Yeah.
but it's not about the business. It's about the trust. I wanted to tell you that's my goal of 2025. And then numbers, revenue are totally different. I don't want to make profit. I always believe in generating revenues. So for me, that trust is really important.
Again, you spoke about coding and coders. This is something I wanted to know personally as well. Do you think it's important for people to understand or know or be great at coding to make it into the IT industry?
Partially, yes. Why partially? I'll tell you, because you don't have to belong to a technical background. Nowadays, you can learn anything from anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Bunch of videos on YouTube. You can go and within a month you can be a coder. It's all about your interest. It's all about the logical concept you have, right? Coding is nothing. It's just a language, right?
Right.
What logic, what math you're putting is really important. So I'll tell you, one guy on YouTube, he actually created music with Fibonacci series. So Fibonacci series where you can code, right?
Yeah.
So he actually created a music through Fibonacci series. So if you have a creativity, you can create music with code, okay, and code with music. So that's something where you have to think if you really wanted to work or not. So I never thought I'm going to be do a certification in AWS. So I did a certification. I'm a solution architect. I'm certified solution architect. So it took me only 2 months. I gave 2 hours from a day. I
While
did
working?
study. Yeah, while working.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. I cracked it. So doesn't matter if you belong to a tech background or not. It's all about your interest and logic you're putting. Coding is just a language.
So for a person who's interested in the field and does not belong to the tech background, how would you suggest them to go about it? How would you plan it out for them? Like say a training regime.
Uh-huh.
Like how does a non-tech person get their first steps into the tech field?
So first of all, you have to understand your interest, right, which I already mentioned. Now moving towards coding. So start step by step, right? First try to understand what is the tech stack, what is the technologies, how those application works. You have to understand in and out, right? And then start learning step by step. First learn like what is Python, take example of Python. What is Python? Start with that. It's never too late, right? Start with Python. What is Python? Try to understand basic OOPS concept. That's something a first step for a coding. So you have to. So OOPS concept are very common for object-oriented programming language, right? Inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction, all of those things. So first started learning those basic logic concept. Telling you can start first learning about OOPS concept and slowly move step by step. That's really important. And doesn't matter if you belong to a technical background or not. But if you want to code, you have to learn tech stack, right? It's really important.
Can't I just copy ChatGPT it?
So there's like two types of coder, okay? But still, you need a to be very good with your basics and logics, right?
Like
so there's a one functional coder and logical coder, right? So functional coder are more into who take a code from Google and put their logic in between. So take example, if they are making calculators, right? So the functions already pre-created. You'll just take those function, put your logic in that, and it's workable code, right? And then logical code is like you do on HackerRank and creating something new, putting your logic. So that's
creating something out of nothing.
Yes, so that's logical coders.
Do you think coding will die?
I don't think so, honestly speaking. I'm not sure if the worlds will end or not. I can't like tell you about coding, but it will not. Honestly speaking, might be like you will get a pre-written code, because this human mind will never going to stop creating, right? If you have a Python, you will create something new or maybe come up with a new version.
Yeah.
Bunch of packages to explore, bunch of things, right? So I don't believe in like that coding will die or coders will die. No one will going to die, bro.
Yeah, also like this is another personal thought of mine. In our job, in our industry, we have to always keep up with whatever is going on. Does the speed at which we're evolving, things come, they become obsolete, they evolve, we move on to the next thing. Does that speed scare you or does it excite you?
It excites me, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you before before I'll give the answer for your question, I'll tell you for learning in perspective, right? So when you wanted to learn something, pick any topic, start learning basic about it and go into FAQs. Why FAQs? Because people are putting their real-time problems in FAQs. Right, so that's something my way of learning, where I go and check FAQs. What are the real-time problems people are frequently
facing? Yeah.
So, and you have to be evolved with the world, right? If you can't adopt, you can't grow.
If you're not
so
moving
for me,
forward,
it interests me, right?
Yeah.
People are something creating new and they are moving forward. So for me, it's really important and excite me, honestly speaking, because. It shows like people are creating something new. Do you imagine a while back you are able to like transfer money, You can do it. Able to do video chat. No, right? But you can do it now.
Yeah.
So somewhere people are creating something new.
Where do you think this ends? I'll tell you. So every now and then, the entire planet, us as human beings, we evolve in a drastic manner where which it divides our existence. There is a pre-internet era or life, and then internet came and everything changed, and now we're in the age of internet, and then we spent a good 25 years there, and now AI came, and now the world is again split into pre-AI and AI. Now we're in the AI era. Where do you think 25 years from now, 50 years from now, when we watch those movies,
maybe something like, definitely I agree with you, something like
when
movies,
we go into those Hollywood
different
movies
world,
where we got into the future 200 years from now and there are flying cars and robots. Do you think
it's a human brain, buddy? You can't say what is the end of it. It will never going to end, because human mind works like that. It always whatever now AI I'll tell you, within 10 years, people will think, what's something new, right? They'll start creating something new with AI. It's add on, right? With internet, you started doing emailing, then you created web services. It's going like, it's a flow. It's like connecting dots, right? And AI is something that you could generate cloud and then one more dot. So it's something like you're creating all those dots together. And with the AI, there is one more dot which we have to connect. I don't know, after 5 years, 10 years, there will be a one more dot where we are going to create as a human something new, and we are going to connect that dot.
Do we need to be scared of robots?
I don't know.
This general AI thing that's going on, where it's almost as if they're thinking for themselves.
So I actually, if you do you know like iRobot movie from Will Smith, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, they start thinking for themselves. How does that work?
Human emotions.
Yeah,
I don't know. Honestly, I don't have any answer for this, but it excites me.
Yeah, definitely.
What if I have like 10 robots with me and they are doing everything for me?
I think Elon Musk is working on a similar thing.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Three things that you would want to share about your journey. Your final giveaways for anybody who's starting out in life, people who want to do something, anything in general. Sum your journey, your life in 3 sentences form. I think that would be it.
So honestly, I am not a sant. Okay, I can't like assent, but I can't give you those 3 things. Honestly speaking, I'm still learning, buddy. Okay, I'm just like you. So when I'm on that position where I can share those 3 things, I'll share. But for me, I already shared the 3 principles of my life: be kind and humble.
Be good to your parents.
Be good to your parents.
Stay fit.
Stay fit, and then be loyal to your work. That's more important.
Ankit, great stories from leadership to personal setbacks, victories. Again, if you could go back in time or meet your younger version, say a 14-year-old Ankit, what would you say to him?
So I'll tell him, first of all, take care of your health. Okay.
Definitely.
And study well. And don't worry, chill. You are going to be CEO one day. Kidding.
But hey, yeah, that's great. It's been great, Ankit. Thank you for making time for us.
Thank you so much for having me here.
It didn't feel like talking to the CEO again. Didn't even feel like speaking to a colleague. Felt like speaking to a friend.
Yes. Thank you.